Okay, I'm visiting here today with Dr. Amon Couch, Superintendent of the Williamsburg Independent Schools. And last spring, Williamsburg did a couple of projects with the Kentucky Center for Performance Excellence on process improvement. And I want to talk to Dr. Couch today about that. So, would you like to begin?
I would love to. When I came on board as a new superintendent, one of the things that really concerned me about our district, we're very small. We are a K-12 district under one roof. We don't have multiple buildings. We have one building. Our school district has been around for over 100 years, 108 to be exact, and has always offered a quality product to this community. But being small, you would think that you don't have a lot of process gaps being so small. But what I discovered was actually the contrary. So many assumptions. Leadership team very small, but yet very committed to the work. But yet we were so reactive to the work that we were doing that we weren't playing a lot of offense. We were playing 99.9% defense, and we just were not being the kinds of stewards of the resources that were at our disposal to be able to be effective as a school district. And so when we were blessed to be able to receive that grant, we were just elated, because we knew this was a chance for us once and for all to shore up those gaps on a couple of critical areas, and then build into place processes by which we could ebb and flow and adjust for years to come.
Okay, and I think one of the processes was revamping your financial process. Is that correct?
It is. And honestly, the two projects that we chose, one of them was our budgetary process, and one of them was our facilities management process, which, as we know, both of them are definitely intertwined. But we, being small, we don't have a lot of resources. And so we have to be sure that we are doing that strategically, collaboratively, and really are sensitive to the changing needs of the budget. Because this year, we just found out, all school districts in Kentucky found out there's a budget shortfall at the state. And so we're having to make adjustments mid-year, and that would have been much more damaging to us had we not had a process in place to work with that and adjust.
Okay, and the facilities management piece, can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. We discovered when we came on, this building was built in 1982. The 100,000 square foot part of the building was built in 1982, and frankly, not a lot of preventive maintenance or strategic planning was done to be sure that our facilities kept up with where we were. And so when we came on, there were major issues with things like heat and air, the roof, lighting, our elevator. It was functional, but barely. And so we commenced that process of shoring up strategic long-term planning processes to be sure that our facilities were working appropriately.
And how is that working out on the facility side? Because implementation started during the summer and carried on through now.
Yeah, and honestly, it's worked really well, because my maintenance leadership team were new in that role, and so they weren't the guys who had been in the seats and had not done the work. These new gentlemen that were at the point of the spear, so to speak, are much more. They want to do things the right way, and so they help create. The wonderful thing about this process that we engaged in is the fact that everyone is at the table. It isn't something done behind closed doors with a couple of people working secretively. It's everyone's at the table, everyone's talking, and they're designing the process by which they're going to operate. And so it's working really well.
So it's a lot more of coaching than it is consulting.
It is, and because we know our district better than anyone, and when the organization came alongside us, the Center for Performance Excellence came alongside us and worked with us through this process, we're able to utilize the strengths that we had in the building, but yet this outside coaching, it was very, very effective for us.